Mom Bernadette and Jack's dad John. Their physical absence is painfully evident, but we feel their loving presence in the small and large details of the day. If we listen closely, we hear their voices in the whispering winds. With gratitude that life is eternal, these two beloved parents will continue to live in our hearts and in our most precious memories. In the words of the poet E. E. Cummings, I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate. I want no world, for beautiful, you are my world, my true. And it's you, whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry you in my heart. I carry it in my heart.
First met at a club called the Downtown on Long Island in Farmingdale. It was a comedy show. I went there with a few friends and I saw this really good-looking blonde from across the room and a really pretty smile, kind of like lit up the room. And I think she noticed I was staring at her all night.
I saw him looking at me and I noticed him. And he was sitting with my friend, so I was like, oh, an opportunity to go say hi at the guy who kept staring at me.
And then I saw one of my friends at the end of the show, and he was chatting with her because he knew her, so we had a mutual friend, and he introduced us, and I got her phone number, and then I called her a couple weeks later.
He called, and when he asked for me, he actually was like, said, this is Chrissy, is John there? And he mixed up, and I was like, huh? But yeah, so I could tell that he was like kind of nervous, but then what happened was he was coming in to hang out with some friends and we met up late that night. He was like skateboarding somewhere in the middle of Manhattan and I met him after I had been out all night, so we met up at like 1 in the morning.
We kept calling each other back and forth and finally like 2 or 3 hours later we met up for the first time.
And he was with friends and our first date was just like kind of spending the night together like outside in the streets of New York City, and then we drove back up to where my dorm is with his friends and I got out of the car and I was like, goodbye. And then he was out of the car too. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Can't sleep over, I don't even know you. So instead of him sleeping over, I was like, we have to stay up and we'll go get bagels, you know, at 6 a.m. He had blue hair when we met and a lip piercing and just like looked kind of a little rougher than he does now.
And it was raining that morning. And went to get bagels and my eyes were like bloodshot red because all the dye was leaking into my eyes. And I was just a hot mess, but she didn't care. So it was cute, I guess.
And his hair started to bleed, the blue, and it started to like bleed into his face. And I didn't think of anything of it, but later on he had said he was so embarrassed. Oh my God, you know, his hair was like, the blue dye was like falling out. Yeah, it was kind of funny. We've been through a lot in the last few years. My mom passed away and his dad passed away a couple years ago at the same time. It was really hard, but we've been in each other's families because we've been together for so long and so close that it was just sort of something that we knew that would happen at some point, and my mom would always be like, when are you gonna get married? And even his dad, both of them.
So I used her mother's engagement ring to propose. We were actually on our fire escape in Brooklyn. It's a beautiful day, and that's when I asked her. Today I love you as much as I I did when I first told you those 3 words on a magical night in New Paltz. I still love to kiss you as much as I did the first time, when the world slowed down and I knew that we alone occupied a dimension of our own. Today I cherish the past, savor this moment, and anticipate a future of making you happy every moment we spend together.
Today is the day we officially become each other's family. Though I have to admit you became part of my heart from our first magical summer together. I love you and I can't wait to continue to look into your eyes for the rest of my life and see who we were and who we're going to become together. Watching him from a distance and seeing how friendly he is, how he can just kind of talk to anyone, and he's just really kind, and he just makes everyone feel comfortable, I feel like, you know, and I think that's such a great quality. He's just a really great guy. He's my best friend.
Everybody that I love loves her and thinks I'm the luckiest guy for meeting her. I know that I always have someone to guide me, like, you know, until my last breath. You know, I love her because she makes me a better person. Without her, I don't know what I would have done with my life.